we aren't looking for the Red Raiders to win some of the time. We want them to win every time. It's that same commitment to excellence and winning attitude that has made Andrus Brothers Roofing the #1 choice in West Texas for over 40 years. When the high winds and hail damage your roof, there's only one company to call, Andrus Brothers Roofing. Don't settle for anything but the best. Stick with the brand that stands behind the work of their expert roofers. Andrus Brothers Roofing. We nail it every time.
Every bag of FiberMax cotton has 220,000 seeds chock full of innovation, like advanced genetics for longer, stronger fiber, which means 220,000 reasons to hear, "You got what premiums?" And new Accent Flex technology for powerful weed control, which means 220,000 reasons to say, "Heck yeah, I grew that." FiberMax cotton from BASF. Innovation in every bag. Always read and follow label directions.
At Hub City Body Shop, we stand on 3 principles: family, community, and quality service. We are proud corporate partners of Texas Tech Athletics, living and working in the same city we call home. With a certified and experienced staff, we provide upfront pricing and promise to treat your vehicle with the utmost care, offering everything from collision and hail repair to automotive painting. Hub City Body can get you back on the road safely, affordably, and efficiently. We work with your insurance company to get your car fixed quickly with the job done fairly and correctly. When you need to make it pretty, call Hub City. Wreck 'em.
Get ready to connect, play, work, and cheer on the Red Raiders in the heart of Lubbock. The Texas Tech Club is your destination for VIP experiences and first-class service with a stadium view. We offer exceptional dining, stylish workspaces, year-round social events, and a diverse membership of executives, creatives, foodies, families, and of course, fans. Interested in learning more about life at the Texas Tech Club? Reach out to our membership team today or check us out at texastechclub.com. The Texas Tech Club, where champions gather.
We're back here. It is day 2 of the championship series between Texas Tech and Oklahoma. And joining us is the head coach of the Red Raiders, Jerry Glasgow. Coach, I can't imagine last night being any tougher. I mean, it was a roller coaster of emotions, but how would you put it into words?
It's a tough loss, but you can't afford to get down right now. You can't afford to dwell on it. You got to learn from it and then move forward as quickly as you can. And we're trying to win these games 1-0, 2-1. That was what my goal all day yesterday was I thought the best case scenario for us to keep a low scoring game and come out of it with a win 1-0, 2-1. And so when you're trying to play those kind of games, there's just a very little margin for error. And we made errors, mental errors, physical errors, but we made mistakes that got us there in that 6th inning. I thought we were within, we almost out of the inning. I thought the ball to left field, we could have attacked that ball and played it. And I've not watched the film enough to know for sure, but I felt like we could have caught that. I think maybe we were a little deep on that position on Mia Scott. And then, of course, on the intentional walk, that's something we hadn't done all year, so maybe it was a bad call on my part to call for that at that time when we hadn't done it all year. Maybe we should have just took our chances with Reese Atwood. And, anyway, can't dwell on it. We got to move forward. And we played 6 really good innings last night. We got 14 innings to stand between us and the national championship. The mindset we have to have is let's go out and play 14 great innings of ball.
Coach, everybody's going to talk about the intentional walk, but I thought the first inning was just as big.
Yeah.
You're there on the cusp of punctuating and setting the tone for the entire series right there, bases loaded, nobody out.
Yeah, we had the bases loaded, nobody out, and ideally there you like to get a ball up the middle of the field. You want something up the middle. Anytime you got a run on third with no outs or 1 out, you want the ball to go up the middle of the field. But then on the other hand, the other team is wanting the ball to the third base bag or the first base bag, depending on where left or right-hand hitter, and they're jamming, the batters are inside. And I thought the biggest play in that was the first strike. We had an outside pitch that we could have got up the middle. Then once you get behind the count, you got to hit what they give you. And they got a great pitcher and a great pitch caller, and he went inside on her and got her to ground to third where he could turn a double play. And that was a huge moment. And depending on if you look at Texas, I'm sure they felt like they made a perfect execution. They threw the right pitch, they made a double play. and we allowed them to turn a double play. I thought Maya could have got the catcher's leg there, and I think she can't slide for home plate. She's got to slide in and get contact on the catcher. And it's little things like that in a national championship game, 2-1 score, that gets you. And it got us.
It's amazing how you're able to spot the obstruction and the obstruction rule. Has it been called that way all year? And again, I'm jumping in with you guys here late, but has it been called that way all year?
Depends on the level of umpires, and here you've got really particular umpires. You've got really high-level umpires, and I actually couldn't see it from where I was. Hunter gave me the signal from first base that it's 50-50. It could be obstruction, could not be, and at that point in the game, let's just go for it because you got your leadoff hitter coming up with a run in scoring position if you get the call. And, we got the call on it. I don't think anybody, as I look at that play on film, it could have went either way. It could be obstruction. It could not be obstruction. Definitely the fielder did take the throw. I mean, her foot was in the middle of the bag, in the middle of baseline before she caught the ball, and that technically is obstruction. And so that's what they called. So, it was a break that we got, and we took advantage of that break. We just didn't get enough.
You go pinch hitter with Anya, and it just seemed like the inside corner grew by about half a foot. And I'm watching this right-handed batter have these strikes called that are just keep coming in and in and in. I mean, can she actually hit that ball? Because I don't know, you'd have to be a special person to be able to hit those that are getting called strikes there late in the game.
Yeah, I got to be real careful when I answer that question. Obviously, if you look at the strike zone, it was very inconsistent, and there wasn't a strike on most pitches the whole night. And I think I just, that sometimes mistakes are made on the field by players. Sometimes mistakes are made by other factors, and so that definitely was a huge call, because we would have had Meyer up with runners on first and second if that had been called ball 4. Instead, it was called strike 3. And so, anybody can look at it and have their own opinion. I'm not going to say what my opinion was.
Okay. All right, we're talking to Jerry Glasgow here, getting ready for Texas round 2. All right, so when you're doing the intentional walk, does the catcher have to stand behind home plate, or can she put her arm out and then jump out to catch it? Are there certain parameters around the intentional walk as far as by the book?
No, the catchers has to stay inside the catcher's box. I mean, normally the catcher should be positioned herself behind the left-hand batter's box. And for whatever reason, I think Vic maybe didn't want to walk her. Maybe she thought that was a bad move to walk her. I don't know. I'm not asked her. Probably won't ask her. But, she definitely normally would be, or hold your right hand out, give the pitcher a target way out in the other batter's box. And if you look, the first couple of pitches were way too close. I mean, when I watched the film of it,
I was shocked.
At some point, to me, a catcher should have called time, went out and said, "Hey, look, we're potentially walking her. Let's be sure we get these pitches out in the batter's box." And then, if you look, we weren't holding our right hand out where we wanted the ball. We were just standing in behind the plate. Barely, we might have had our right foot. I thought the positioning of the catcher was really, really bad on that, and I don't know why, other than maybe just seeing her shake her head at me. She didn't want to walk her, obviously, and I wish she would realize that's not her call. That's a coach's decision, and that's a national hitter of the year. You're talking about the best hitter, a kid with 80 RBIs last year, a kid that's
21
and one of the top RBIs. So she's a money hitter. If you go back and you watch all Texas games and you study film, she's the one that always gets the big hit. So to me, it was a no-brainer. You just put her on first, and then you get the next batter out who hadn't been seeing the ball. And we got a ground ball in the first. We got the ground ball we wanted exactly on the next pitch. So it's one of them things that maybe players weren't in agreement with the coaches on. Maybe I made the wrong call walking her. Maybe I should have went at her. But it doesn't matter. We got to go on. We got to move forward.
Okay. So 24 hours later or less, you've got to bounce back. How do you do it?
You go out and play ball. They'd been over a month since they'd been behind in a game. They hadn't been behind one time in over a month. And I think that you played 6 good innings last night. You played 6 innings of great ball. We played one really, really bad inning. And there was 3 or 4 mistakes in that one inning. So I think you got to take the positive out of it. You got to go out and we got to play 14 innings like we played just 6 last night, and not play any innings like we played that one inning.
Coach, thank you so much for all of these interviews, and I've enjoyed every second of it. And let's go get a dub over UT.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Come out tonight. Get the first 2 innings are going to be critical. We have to get momentum in our dugout in the first 2 to 3 innings of the game, and then find a way to win tonight. And then you go into Game 3 with the pressure all on Texas, and us with the momentum in our dugout when Game 3 starts. So tonight's game is a pivotal, crucial, critical game for us, and we just got to be on our best, and hopefully we can get that done.
All right, thanks, Coach. We got more coming up on the Tech Sports Network from Learfield.
At Covenant Health, you'll find the largest and most trusted integrated team of heart specialists between Dallas and Phoenix. Our unified approach brings together the finest minds in cardiology, ensuring that no matter the heart or vascular challenge, you have the most capable hands in the industry.
Our team working together means your heart care is always coordinated and focused on your well-being.
Because when it's your heart, every moment matters.
When you think game day, think local first. Quarter 4 has been your local choice for over 75 years. From uniforms and footwear to equipment, we're proud to support the athletes in our area. And as corporate sponsors of Texas Tech Athletics, we continue to bring you the latest in Red Raider apparel, with brands like Sideline Provisions, Adidas, Travis Mathew, and more. Shop us today at quarter4.net. Quarter 4, new name, same folks.
This is head coach Grant McCaslin. In this new era of college athletics, your support is critical for the future of our programs. The Matador Club has been a game changer for Texas Tech basketball in roster retention and recruitment. And because of you, we're bringing in the best talent in the country to wear the red and black. You've always had our back. And now through the Matador Club, your donations can directly impact our success. By donating to the Matador Club, Texas Tech wins, Lubbock wins, and you win. Go to matadorclub.org today and join us.
I'm James Arnold with First Bank and Trust, a division of UMB Bank. Our bank has been a part of this community for almost 30 years, offering banking services for both personal and business needs. From Texas Tech University to LCU, our bank has been a supporter of the arts, education, and athletics throughout West Texas. For services provided by First Bank and Trust, visit our website at firstbanktexas.com or visit one of our banking centers across the South Plains. That's firstbanktexas.com to learn more.
Member FDIC.
Well, we would be getting ready to start here in about 15 minutes, but we are in a rain delay. The good news is the NCAA has given us a new start time of 7:50. So when we finish our pregame show, we're going to send it back to the affiliates and come back at 7:45 for our coverage of this elimination game for the Red Raiders and championship game for the Texas Longhorns. Both teams are walking from the gates, from the left corner in white, the Red Raiders, and from the right corner in burnt orange, in all burnt orange, Texas, who won last night 2-1. Let's play a little Women's College World Series trivia with Nikki Oniko. She is our contestant. Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
All right. Who has the most hits for the Red Raiders in the Women's College World Series?
Most hits. Oh, I would think either Haley Toney or Demi Elder. Oh, or Alana. No, I'm going to go with, is it one of those two?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with Haley Toney.
Ding, 4 base hits. Good job.
Oh, my gosh.
You win.
Whoop, whoop.
I was going to find one more here, see if we could stump you. How many Red Raider batters have struck out in the Women's College World Series?
Okay. I know Maya has. I know Lauren Allrad has. I'm trying to think of our starting lineup.
Over 4 games.
Over 4 games. Oh, gosh. I don't know. Nyjah has struck out. Who else do we have in there? Are we counting like the starting lineup or pinch hitters as well?
Everybody.
Okay. So Anya with the...
I'll give you a hint that the opposition has struck out 20 more times than Texas Tech batters.
Okay. I'm going to say 12.
Oh, my goodness.
Was that right?
That's right.
Oh, my gosh. I'm completely guessing here.
How about that? 12. Yes, 12 Texas Tech batters have struck out, led by Davis with 4 strikeouts. And then the opposition has struck out 32 times against Nigeri Kennedy. That is something else. How many walks for Nigeri?
Oh, gosh. She doesn't walk a lot. I would say maybe 4.
Oh, so close.
3. Oh, so close.
So that's what you do when you don't have starting lineups and you're in a rain delay. You play a little World Series trivia. And earlier I said that Jerry Glasgow is the baseball coach. Obviously, he's the softball coach here at Texas Tech. Most hits, Tony. Lone home run, Tony. Who's the only player with multiple doubles for Texas Tech?
In this series?
In this 4-game set here.
Oh, gosh. Because I know.
Your last one.
I want to say it's between Alana or Demi, because I know Demi had that triple, but I don't know if she. I'm going to say Alana.
Ding.
Okay.
2 doubles. She's the only one with multiples. Tech has hit 4 doubles in the Women's College World Series. More coming up as we continue our coverage on the Tech Sports Network from Learfield.
Before I took the field, before all the trophies, before the video game, before the no-look pass, before the success, before it all, McGavick Nissan treated me like an MVP. Patrick Mahomes here from McGavick Nissan, reminding you to enjoy the ride.
Fire up the grill and celebrate summer with Market Street. From fresh produce and premium meats to seafood that's patio perfect, we have everything you need for the ultimate cookout, all in one easy stop. Stock up on drinks for grilling and chilling and everything in between. And don't miss hot deals for these hot summer nights. Plus, make shopping even easier. Order groceries online and enjoy $30 off your first $75 order with code SAVE30. Make summertime extraordinary at Market Street.
When you want the brand in West Texas roofing, there's only one company to call, Andrus Brothers Roofing. Like our Red Raiders, Andrus Brothers knows that to win, you have to be better than your competition and you have to dominate in all phases. With over 40 years experience, Andrus Brothers has mastered these concepts. So when the high winds and debris damage your roof, there's only one company to call, Andrus Brothers Roofing. Accept no substitutes. Stick with the starters on the ABR winning team. Andrus Brothers Roofing, we nail it every time.
Get ready to connect, play, work, and cheer on the Red Raiders in the heart of Lubbock. The Texas Tech Club is your destination for VIP experiences and first-class service with a stadium view. We offer exceptional dining, stylish workspaces, year-round social events, and a diverse membership of executives, creatives, foodies, families, and of course, fans. Interested in learning more about life at the Texas Tech Club? Reach out to our membership team today or check us out at TexasTechClub.com. The Texas Tech Club, where champions gather.
The gates are open and the towels are out trying to dry the seats here. The 13,000 seats will soon be full as we are here doing our regular pregame show and giving you updates as to what's happened with the weather. There's still some light rain in the area, but our sun was out just for a little while and then it went back away. Again, we're going to try to start this thing at 7:50. I don't think we're completely out of the woods when it comes to the weather because there's supposed to be more rain later tonight, but maybe. I would have to think that the NCAA officials think the window is going to be big enough to play a game, or they wouldn't be going through this process. So, and if they know anything about weather coverage anywhere, it's right here in Oklahoma City, where they've had some horrid tornadoes over the last 20 years. Also, a reminder to you folks in West Texas, there's a big bad storm out by Levelland and a massive tornado out by Morton is what I saw on the internet and on Twitter. So in that Levelland area, be careful because there's a mean one out there as well, meaner than anything we've seen up here. And we had tornado sirens 2 days ago here in the Oklahoma City metro. So what do you think coming up here? It looks like we're going to get some softball. People are coming in.
I think so. It's starting to... The teams are stretching. They're on the field, and we have people just piling in. I feel like so many people are coming in all at one time. I'm sure they were all waiting out by the gate.
I see a Texas Tech tortilla blanket stretched out down there. A double T over the tortilla down the left field line.
Oh, yeah. They're ready.
Yeah, they are ready and ready for some revenge over UT. Same pitchers, or do you think Texas goes a different route?
I think they're going to pitch the same pitcher. Tegan Kavan, I fully anticipate we are going to see her in the circle. If not, they pitched number 55. I believe her name was Morgan. I could be wrong.
No, that's right.
It's right. Okay. Morgan Mack.
Morgan.
Okay, Mack. Yep. She pitched the other day against, was it Tennessee maybe?
I want to say that's right.
So she pitched a little bit. And
she has 11 wins this year.
Yeah. They all had pretty close to similar averages in terms of ERA. The only difference was inning pitched, where you have Kavan, and then it's a huge drop-off to the other pitchers, but you just never know. I think, if anything, if they started another pitcher, they would probably have that pitcher on a short leash, and the second that people were getting on, they would probably put Kavan in. That's what I would anticipate if she didn't start.
I'm just noticing that Mia Scott actually made an appearance this year.
The 21 ERA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A third of an inning, gave up a run, a hit. It was earned. One walk and no strikeouts. So they must have been having some fun that day, up big or something.
Oh, it was trending on Twitter because she played third base,
every
catcher, pitched, and then I think she played outfield as well. So social media loved that.
Texas Tech will be in the third base dugout tonight. Texas in the first base dugout. Texas Tech, the home team. And that's our pregame show. Let's pause 10 seconds before we send it back to affiliates. You're listening to Red Raider Softball. We'll officially be back at 7:45 to get you the first pitch between Texas Tech and Texas coming up around the corner on the Tech Sports Network from Learfield.
The Texas Tech Alumni Association helped make me a Red Raider. My name is Emma Reeves, a current student from Clear Lake, Texas. My parents are members of the Clear Lake Alumni Chapter, where I received a scholarship to attend Tech. Without the support of the TTAA, I would not have been able to make my Red Raider dream a reality. Membership matters. If you want to support the education of students like me, consider joining today at texastechalumni.org/join. Belong today. You're one of us.
The true strength of West Texas is in its people, where oil fields meet the heart of our community. Texas Tech Athletics is proud to partner with the oil and gas industry. From classrooms to stadiums, we're ensuring our community thrives. Texas Tech Athletics Energy Alliance is powered by Agra Impressa Companies, Double Eagle, Texoga Workers' Comp Safety Group, Halliburton, Newburn Oil Company, and Pro Petro. Together, we're creating pathways to success that drive our region forward.
It can be hard to know where to go with aches, sprains, and stuffy noses. UMC's new 24/7 Urgent Care at Health and Wellness Hospital is here to help. UMC's 24/7 Urgent Care Clinic allows patients of all ages to receive care with shorter wait times and EC-trained providers so that the help you need is always here. UMC 24/7 Urgent Care, now open behind Health and Wellness Hospital at 110th and Slide, or visit umchealthsystem.com for more information.
Red Raider Nation, this is head coach Joey McGuire. As we enter the new era of college athletics, we need your support now more than ever. The Matador Club has been a game changer for Texas Tech football in roster retention and recruitment. And because of you, we're bringing in the best talent in the country. You've always had our back, and now through the Matador Club, your donations can directly impact our success. With the Matador Club, Texas Tech wins, Lubbock wins, and you win. Go to matadorclub.org today and join us. Let's go.
in their first innings, but thankfully we kept our heads and were able to turn a double play to get out of that situation.
Is there a conversation that you're having with your middle infield to try and negate maybe some of those plays or calls of obstruction at second base?
It's something about your footwork, and you just got to understand you got to give an avenue to the base. But first thing is you got to catch the ball. So if you let that ball go in the outfield, anything can happen. So the first thing is catch the ball, and hopefully you're in a position to make a tag and not be in an obstruction position.
Well, your team is one win away from potentially winning their first national championship. What does it take to keep it within themselves and not allow the gravity of this moment to maybe get in front of them?
Yeah, I think it's to be where your feet are. You got to be present, you got to be in the moment. You can't think ahead, you can't dwell. You just got to play one pitch at a time. And these are kind of like axioms that you use a lot. But you just got to stay grounded, and be ready for the play.
Coach, you've been in this game a long time. What does this moment feel like for you, where you are in your career?
Somewhat surreal, like I've been here 8 times, and I'm hoping this 8th time is the time to win one. But it's really more about what to see in front of the players and see how they react and how much joy they're going to bring to their lives.
Coach, I appreciate your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Hook 'em.
Aaron Miller with Texas head coach Mike White. We're counting down to first pitch here tonight. Game 2 of the championship series between Texas and Texas Tech. We'll have more from Oklahoma City coming up. You're listening to the Women's College World Series on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. 'Cause I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
All right, I want to alert our broadcast partners down the line. We are going to be sending you back to local programming here in just a moment. We have a weather delay prior to Game 2 of this championship series tonight, but the tarp is off the field. The grounds crew is going through their work. The teams are down on the field going through their warm-ups right now. First pitch is scheduled for 8:50 Eastern time here tonight, 8:50 Eastern time. We'll be back with you at 8:45 Eastern time, give you the starting lineups, and then have all the action as the Texas Longhorns look for their first national championship in softball. Texas Tech, meanwhile, will try to force us to a decisive Game 3 tomorrow night. Back to local programming and back to Oklahoma City in just a little bit. Game 2 is coming up on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
first-team All-American and last year's National Player of the Year Niger candidate for the Red Raiders. The teams were scoreless going to the 5th inning. That was after the Red Raiders loaded the bases with no one out in the first inning. The Longhorns got a double play from third to the plate to first, and then a tapper back to the pitcher to get out of that. In the 5th inning, after a one-out error, a runner tried to steal second base. She was thrown out by plenty, a couple of steps at least, and then the Red Raiders challenged the call, and on the replay review, it was determined that Leanne Good had committed obstruction, and so she was charged with an error, and they overturned the call with the runner being safe at second base. Very, very much consternation in the Twitter sphere, or the X sphere, from national softball media types. And the Red Raiders scored 2 batters later on a blue pit with 2 out. And in the 6th inning, the Longhorns, with 2 out and the bases empty, got a hit to left from Caden Henry, followed by a Mia Scott infield hit. They were ended up on second and third base with Reese Atwood at the plate. And Texas Tech was trying to intentionally walk Atwood, the Longhorns' best hitter. But the 3 intentional and Atwood put it in the field and go to that 7th inning. And Longhorns claimed to win. The Longhorns now 55-11 on the season. They've tied the 2006 and 2024 teams for the best, the win total in program history. That's 53 and 13. We were able to talk Mike White for today's game and get his thoughts on everything that happened yesterday, his interpretation of a couple of different rules, and what he saw with the Reese Atwood swing and base hit. And so also his thoughts on what he's going to do in the circle, and he wasn't sure. We'll give you that much. But he had
iHeartRadio.com. Here's another way to connect to iHeartRadio. Amazon Fire TV supports iHeartRadio with a beautiful big screen display while you enjoy your favorite music, radio stations, and podcasts. Make sure you link your iHeartRadio account and use voice controls for easy navigation between content on iHeartRadio. iHeartRadio on the big screen is easy to control from the remote or with voice controls, and it provides large cover art on the screen and can sync with your iHeartRadio account for seamless listening between your devices. Your iHeartRadio music, radio stations, and podcasts now on your big screen TV with Amazon Fire TV and the Fire Cube. Check it out for free now. iHeartRadio. Anywhere you want to listen, iHeartRadio is there.
We're back to Devon Park, and it's time for our pregame conversation with head coach Mike White. Coach, I kind of feel like I jinxed you yesterday. I asked you about if you were offended that you didn't have any controversy or late drama. You got both. We'll start with Reese's hit on intentional ball 4. What were you seeing? Were you surprised that she swung at that?
Not really. I mean, we were surprised that the first pitch was that close. I think that's really kind of opened our eyes, because you're expecting that they've practiced the pitch out. They're going to be well on the outside of the catcher's box, but they weren't. They were standing in the middle of the plate and just letting it throw out there. And first one, I mean, I think if Reese was ready, she probably would have creamed it. But then the next two were out of the zone. But she looked at Coach Singh, and Coach Singh kind of gave her the, hey, go ahead if it's there. And that fourth pitch happened to be there. And, I think it was a shock. I think it shocked the shortstop. She wasn't quite ready for it either, and we were able to score 2 runs.
It has seemed like here in the World Series there's been more Texas fans than there have in the past, and it really got loud on that moment. What did you hear? What's it been like playing in front of a larger crowd in your favor?
Yeah, I mean, definitely an experience here at Oklahoma City. Obviously, it's always the other way around, but the Texas Tech fans were pretty rowdy too, so there was a good contingent from Texas, full stop. But it was really nice to really hear the crowd go once we scored those 2 runs.
And the controversy, did you get any explanation about why the caught stealing was overturned when it was a clear out?
It was obstruction. They said that the foot was in line with the base before she had the ball. Technically, any part of that foot can be, and it was basically her toe. But by the book, that's the way it's written, and that's the way they're going to call it. So that's the way it was.
Nothing about, the throw took her into the path, which I seem to remember was the reason that it wasn't called when you guys beat Oklahoma a year ago at home and Reese caught the relay from the outfield?
Yeah, I mean, again, that's crossing the path of the runner. Where she didn't cross the path, she was never really in the path. It's kind of weird. I mean, I know, I get it, and we just got to find a way to kind of reword this thing so it works for everybody.
How relieved are you that the call that got overturned is just a footnote instead of the story?
Yeah, I mean, it really would have been, like you said, the story if it had turned out the other way, and there would have been a lot more controversy about it. But fortunately, the softball gods were looking at us and found a way to get us a win.
Another replay in the 7th on the strikeout during the stolen base. You had asked about batter interference with the batter across the plate in front of Reese. Did you get any info outside of the call being upheld?
Yeah, they said that there wasn't any interference by the runner crossing in front of Reese. But in my mind, it caused total interference. But what happened was Reese's arm hit the catcher, which is delayed call, just in case we threw her out. So it didn't interfere with that. So that wasn't the problem. The problem was that they didn't think in their judgment that it caused interference.
Mia Scott's defense at third base has been a key for you here late in her career, late this season, but it feels like the play she made in the first, starting that home to first double play, probably overlooked, but might have been as big as the other moments late in the game. How important was that?
Yeah, she's keep standing up for us in big moments and situations, and that game didn't look easy. It's really to read all the reflexes and make decisions. That's been big for us the whole year.
Helped you settle down. What was off at the beginning?
I think maybe a little bit of nerves. Her location wasn't quite right, and they were just ready to jump on stuff. And sometimes that happens. Pitchers trying to find their way into the game or feel their way into the game, and they just didn't let her do that. They came out pretty aggressive.
She ended up allowing just the 2 hits in the first and then the RBI single later. Do you feel like she's been getting stronger every appearance since that first game of the Super Regional?
Certainly has. I mean, that's always been the thing, is that she's gone 3 or 4 strong and then kind of faded a little bit, but she seems to have reversed that, and thank goodness for that. But she's pitching very well right now.
Your defense ended up committing 4 errors, just 2 on batted balls. So for the most part, the defense was very good. Did you feel like maybe it was, Bennett, it was good, neither of them played in the championship series last year? Any jitters there?
That's a good question. Obviously, KB is playing at a level that was is quite a bit higher than where she was at. So he's always got that nerves, and she has a tendency to speed things up. So it's something we need to talk to her about, or we have talked to her about, is slowing the game down. But it's easy to say and hard to do, and I would again remind her of that. And Leanne, she made a phenomenal play the other day in the 7th innings, and this time just had a little indecision. Instead of charging it, let it play her.
In the end, you got the win. One more to hoist the trophy. Who gets the call in the circle?
It's a good question. I'm still debating it, which is, it's only 3 or 4 hours to game time. So, Mac Morgan more than likely at this point.
And then is it going to be a case of, if it's close, bring Tegan in or try to get someone else in?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll probably use the whole staff here. I know Cam hasn't pitched, but I think she's a good matchup for them as well. And same as Salali, and with her off-speed curve and her junk, I think it's a good matchup against them as well.
How are you feeling with the offense against Kennedy?
I think we're getting a little bit stronger. I think we're getting some better looks. I think she's going to be coming out humming after last night's disappointment on the pitch out. But I think we should be able to weather that storm and hopefully get some good at-bats together.
Any changes offensively?
I'm going to move Vic up one spot in the lineup. I thought she looked really good last night. Just missed a home run. Had several other pretty quality swings against her. So I like that kind of matchup now at this point.
All right, Coach. Thanks for joining us, and good luck today.
Thanks, Andrew. Welcome.
That was our pregame interview with head coach Mike White. We'll come right back with the starting lineups for today's game when the Texas softball pregame show continues in a moment.
Heavy showers and severe thunderstorms will continue across the Central Plains and nearby high plains, where flash flooding is possible. Tropical moisture associated with a coastal low pressure system is forecast to bring some heavy rainfall today near the Carolina coastline and portions of the Florida Panhandle. And the cleanup is still underway after intense storms blasted parts of the Midwest this week. Shaquille Brewster reports the National Weather Service confirmed the tornado activity in the Kansas City area.
This is all part of a system that led to power being knocked out to thousands of people. It caused travel delays at airports.
In Wichita, they're experiencing flooding.
They're going to be doing their assessments today, trying to follow the path and the track of what they're calling a likely tornado. And we also know that across the state line in Kansas, you have folks cleaning up after some pretty devastating flooding.
By Friday, the most severe weather will extend well off into the east, into Ohio and the Tennessee Tennessee valleys, and scattered showers are expected across the central Rockies. That's your national forecast. I'm Monica
Look at
Nilton.
the starting lineup for today's game. The Longhorns are the visitors today. They were the home team yesterday. If there's a winner-take-all tomorrow, they'll be the home team again. But the visitors today, they lead off with the right fielder, Ashton Maloney, batting second. In center field, Caden Henry. Mia Scott at third base, bats third, hitting cleanup the catcher, Reese Atwood. Jolie Mitchell at first base, bats fifth, hitting sixth. In left field, Katie Stewart. Nick Hunter is the designated player, batting seventh. Leanne Good at shortstop, bats eighth. And then Katie Bennett is batting ninth at second base. Texas Tech leads off with their center fielder, Maya Davis. Batting second, the shortstop, Haley Toney. Third place hitters, the first baseman, Lauren Allred. Alana Johnson in right field, bats cleanup. Alexa Langlears, the second baseman, bats fifth. Hitting sixth, the pitcher, Nigeri Kennedy. Demi Elder at left field, bats seventh. The eighth place hitters, the catcher, Victoria Valdez. And then Bailey Lindemuth is the third baseman, batting ninth. Pitching matchup, Mac Morgan going for the Longhorns. Like White said, probably Mac Morgan, and it is indeed the senior right-hander from Creighton, Missouri at 5 feet 8 inches tall. She matches up with, as expected, Nigeri Kennedy, the junior right-hander, 6 feet tall from Topeka, Kansas, who spent her first 2 years at Stanford. Umpires, Chad Sears behind the plate, Chris Neighbors at first base, Marty Abazidian at second, and Susan Eads at third. This has been the Texas Softball pregame show. We'll be right back with first pitch. Longhorn Softball continues in a moment.
iHeartRadio Did You Know? Presented by iHeartRadio. You know, what you're listening to right now. Did you know that iHeartRadio is always free to listen to your favorite stations, podcast, artist radio playlists, and more? Yep, free to download and free to use. But there's a next level iHeartRadio experience as well. iHeartRadio All Access, where you can search and play any song, enjoy unlimited skips, download all your music to your phone to listen offline with no connection, unlimited playlist creation, and so much more. You can try it out free for 30 days and see what the iHeartRadio All Access experience is like. Why not? Open the iHeartRadio app and in settings, tap to start your free 30-day trial. Everything you love about free iHeartRadio plus so much more with iHeartRadio All Access. iHeartRadio, #1 for music, radio, and podcasting, all in one app.
iHeartRadio.
Welcome to another Texas softball game day here on KHFI HD3. The Longhorns play here. Texas softball is coming your way. On the call, it's the voice of Texas Longhorns softball, Andrew Hayes.
Game 2 of the Women's College World Series Championship Series. The Texas Longhorns took the victory last night, 1 win, and they get the national championship. If Texas Tech wins, they have to play again tomorrow to decide this year's national champion. Welcome back to Devon Park here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I'm Andrew Haynes. We're just about ready to get underway. Nigeri Kennedy with the ball, working from the middle of the rubber, and she goes into her windup. The first pitch of the ball game. It's lined by Ashton Maloney down the left field line, just foul. Just about a foot or two across the line.
Yeah, deja vu. It's exactly what we saw from
Left fielder Demi Elder going over to pick it up. Would have been a base hit for Ashton had it been just a tad more into fair territory toward the line. And so that's how this game starts, right at 7:50 with a long strike down the left field line. 0-1 the count on Maloney against the right-hander Kennedy. Maloney a chop towards short this time. Grabbing at Haley Toney, who is pulled over toward the third base bag, and she throws on the run to get Maloney for out number 1. So Ashton put out 6-3 to open the ball game, out number 1, and here's Caden Henry. Temperature about 74 degrees with partly cloudy skies here in the Oklahoma City area after a lot of rainfall late in the afternoon into the evening that pushed this game back. Caden Henry stands in. The left-handed batter takes the first pitch high from Kennedy. No balls, 1 ball, no strikes. Nigeri Kennedy, last year's National Player of the Year, 6-foot-tall right-hander from Topeka, Kansas. 2-time first-team All-American. Takes low, does Henry off the outside, and the count now 2-0. Kennedy spent her first 2 years with Stanford, got the Cardinal to the Women's College World Series semifinals both years. Longhorns knocked her out last year. 2-0 pitch. Check swing on a pitch upstairs, and it's 3-0 on Henry. And Kennedy went into the transfer portal after last year and got the $1 million deal from Texas Tech in NIL money, and she's here leading the Red Raiders. As the 3-0 is over the outer half for a called strike one to Henry. 3 balls and a strike on Caden, who got that 2-out rally started in the 6th inning yesterday with a base hit to left field. That gave the Longhorns 1-out base runner here in the 1st inning. Yesterday, Texas did not get a single base runner on until there were 2 outs in any inning. The 2nd, Katie Stewart hit by a pitch with 2 out. In the 3rd, Ashton Maloney a base hit with 2 out. And then that 2-out rally, 3 straight hits in the 6th inning as Mia Scott takes low and away for ball 1. 1-0 on the Longhorns senior left-handed batter. Nigeri Kennedy making her 38th start, 45th appearance of the season, 33-6 with a 0.94 ERA. 1-0. There goes Henry. Pitch taken. Throw down to second is in time. And Henry trying to say that the fielder was obstructing her path. The Longhorns coaches looking around and talking about whether they should ask for a replay review after what happened yesterday. And there's the announcement. So the Longhorns, after seeing a clear out overturned when they were on defense yesterday, asking the umpires to look at that one at second base. The fielder came from the second base position, Alexa Langeliers, and she crossed in front of the bag to take the throw and then was down in a squat. And I'm not sure whether she had any part of her body in line in front of the bag, which was the issue with Leanne Good yesterday. I'm not sure this is going to go the Longhorns' way. And indeed, it is upheld. So the Longhorns lose one of their 2 challenges. And that's out number 2 here in the 1st inning. Only the 2nd time Caden's been caught stealing this year. So the Longhorns now have the bases empty with 2 out, and the count 2-0 on Mia Scott. Kennedy to the plate. Mia in the air left field down the line, foul territory, spins back out of play. And it's 2-1. Given Nigeri Kennedy's season numbers, 232 innings, 122 hits for a 153 opponent's batting average, 44 walks, 311 strikeouts against Kennedy. Defensively, Victoria Valdez behind the plate, Lauren Allred at first, Alexa Langeliers the second baseman, Haley Toney at short, Bailey Lindemuth at third base as Mia takes off the outside, 3-1. Demi Elder, Maya Davis, and Alana Johnson in the outfield from left to right. 3 balls and a strike on Scott, the pitch. Tries to hold up, got a foul tip. A half swing there and was not able to pull the bat back in time. Got a piece of the ball, so the count now 3-2. 2 out, bases empty, no score in the top of the 1st. The payoff pitch, off speed, half swing, and a bloop into right field for a base hit for Scott. So Mia able to reach base with 2 out, 2 straight hits for the Longhorns against Kennedy. And that'll bring up Reese Atwood. Only 1 runner on base, though, because of that caught stealing. Victoria Valdez doesn't have an extremely strong arm, but he was accurate, and a lot of the timing on that pitch provided by the velocity from Kennedy, who throws over 70 miles an hour. Reese Atwood now. First pitch. Oh, a healthy cut. Fouls it back. Might have just missed that one. No balls and a strike on Atwood. Had the base hit on what was supposed to be intentional ball 4 yesterday to drive in a pair. Give the Longhorns the lead. She takes the next pitch inside. 1 ball, 1 strike from Kennedy. Kennedy last year was 24-7, 0.73 ERA for Stanford. ERA a little bit higher this year, but still below 1 as Atwood hits it off the end of the bat right back to the circle, and Kennedy on to first ends the inning. Longhorns get a couple of hits. That portends well for the rest of the game against the dominant right-hander, but they're only stranding 1 and they don't score. No score going to the bottom of the 1st. Texas softball continues in a moment.
Here's this week's iHeartRadio countdown of the top TV streams.
Here's what you've made popular by getting your stream on. Starting us off this week is the debut of the Amazon Prime Video drama The Better Sisters, starring Jessica Biel and Elizabeth Banks. Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple TV Plus falls back to 9. In at number 8 is the Hulu drama 9 Perfect Strangers, with the Netflix British drama Department Q making its debut at 7. The 4 Seasons on Netflix slides out of the top 3 back to 6. That's followed by Mobland on Paramount Plus, and Poker Face Season 2 on Peacock is in at 4. Kicking off the top 3 is The Last of Us on HBO and Max after the airing of the Season 2 finale. The new Netflix drama Sirens, starring Julianne Moore and Millie Alcock, leaps up to capture the 2 spot. And once again, the sci-fi dark comedy Murderbot on Apple TV Plus, starring Alexander Skarsgård, is your number 1 streamed show.
And those are your top TV streams of the week on iHeartRadio.
Second inning. Longhorns got a couple of hits in the first. One caught stealing. Caden Henry was caught at second base by a couple of feet. First pitch to Mitchell, showing bunt. Bunts it in the air, and Kennedy with a diving catch makes the grab. Jolie trying to surprise the defense with a bunt she's done a couple of times. Now, she would normally push between the first baseman and the pitcher, and she got that in the air a little bit, and Kennedy, after throwing the pitch, planted and dived to her left, catching it out in front of the first base edge of the circle. So Mitchell retired. Here's Katie Stewart. First pitch low and in, ball 1. Stewart, the left fielder for Texas. 377 average, 13 doubles, 17 homers, 78 runs batted in. 1-0. Fouled back, into the dugout on the Longhorns side, on the first base side. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Stewart. Longhorns entered the NCAA postseason as the number 6 national seed. Texas Tech was number 12. Texas Tech had to go on the road for the Super Regional. Pitch taken inside by Stewart, and it's 2-1. Both teams swept their regionals and started the Super Regional on the same day, the Thursday. Had the Thursday through Saturday Supers, where the other 6 were Friday through Sunday. 2-1. Off speed, and Stewart out in front. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And then, of course, the Longhorns were upset by Clemson in their first game of the Super. Had to fight back to win Game 2 in extra innings and survive Game 3 to come here. Texas Tech won both games over Florida State. Up and away the next pitch to Stewart, 3-2. Texas Tech, until yesterday, when the Longhorns took the lead on that Reese Atwood single, had not even trailed in the NCAA postseason. Payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4 to Stewart, and the Longhorns have a 1-out base runner in the second inning. Well, Katie, a good job against Kennedy, who doesn't walk too many batters. Has very good velocity, can change speeds, throw it up, throw it down, and hit her spots. And all those reasons why she's the top pitcher in the country. Vic Hunter, first pitch, a swing and a foul back. Tried to hold up maybe late in that swing, but she still got a piece. No balls and a strike, the count on Hunter. No score between Texas and Texas Tech. 1 out in the top of the second with 1 on. 0-1. There's a strike on the outer half, just above the knees of Hunter for strike 2. Vic yesterday went 0 for 2, but Mike White said he liked how she swung the bat. She popped up twice, which is 0-2 pitch here. Grounder up the middle to her left. The shortstop Tony flips to second for 1 on the first, and it's a double play. I was going to say the pop-ups are more than a lot of hitters do. Hunter just hit that one a little too slowly. A little faster it gets through the infield for a hit, but it turns into a 6-4-3 double play. So the defense on both sides making things happen so far. And there's no score going to the bottom of the second. Texas softball continues in a moment.
Find your iHeartRadio everywhere. There are hundreds of ways to experience iHeartRadio at home and on the go, beyond the iPhone and Android app and at iHeartRadio.com. Here's another way to connect to iHeartRadio. Android Auto. Our Android app comes alive in your car's dashboard with a seamless way to play your favorite music, radio stations, and podcasts. Developed with driver safety in mind, the Android Auto app interface was built for simple navigation and to limit driver distraction, while making sure that you can still access all your favorite content from iHeartRadio. No need to download another app. Just plug or pair your Android phone with your dash. And if Android Auto is available in your vehicle, iHeartRadio will sync automatically. iHeartRadio, everywhere you want to listen, including in your car, through Android Automotive. Check it out for free now. iHeartRadio, anywhere you want to listen, iHeartRadio is there.
Bottom of the second inning. No score between Texas and Texas Tech. The Longhorns have had base runners both of their innings. Texas Tech loaded the bases in the bottom of the first inning, but didn't score. So Mac Morgan here in the second faces the bottom third of the order. Demi Elder, Victoria Valdez, and then Bailey Lindemuth. Mac last year was 16-1 with a 1.96 ERA, her best ERA of her collegiate career. 18-4, 2.50 2 years ago as a sophomore with Texas. And with Arizona State in 2022, 18-3, 2.82 ERA. And the right-hander last year in the Women's College World Series pitched a 5-inning, one-hit shutout against Florida. That was in the winner's bracket game that spurred the Longhorns on to the semifinals. And the matchup with Nigeria, Kennedy, and Stanford. And now Morgan getting a starting game 2 of the Champ Series. So now Demi Elder to lead things off here in the second. Left-handed batter, first pitch. Low for Morgan, ball 1. Elder, the only player for Texas Tech who has been with the Red Raiders for over 2 seasons on their current roster. And she's a senior. She's been there all 4 years. 1-0. Strike 1 at the knees over the outer half. 1 ball, 1 strike on Elder. Left-handed batting left fielder with a .329 average, 5 doubles, 4 homers, and 18 RBI. Left side of the infield in for Texas, 1-1. Strike 2 on the black outside. And the count 1-2. Zone from Chad Steers so far. A little bit bigger than normal, I think. Ball and 2 strikes. Mack into her windup to the plate. A little low off the outside this time. And it's ball 2. It's the 4th pitch to Elder. In the first inning, the first 3 batters combined saw 5 pitches. Next pitch grounded out to short to her left. Good, scoops it up and fires to first to get the quick Elder for out number 1. So Leanne, who committed an error in the 7th inning yesterday on a differently hit ball. It was more of a chopper that she got caught in between on. Here it stayed along the ground. She's able to make the play. Out number 1, here's Victoria Valdez. Valdez, the catcher, right-handed batter, slightly open stance. First pitch starts to go, holds up, and it's inside, ball 1. The junior hitting .234, 10 doubles and 2 homers, one of multiple players as they appeal late down to first to see if she swung. She didn't. Multiple players who followed head coach Jerry Glasgow from Louisiana. Slowly hit left side this time. Mia grabs it outside the circle, and a couple of crow hops with the catcher running, gets it to first in plenty of time. Out number 2. 5-3 the put out. 2 down here in the second. No score between Texas and Texas Tech. And here's Bailey Lindemuth.
Now batting for the Red Raiders, third baseman, number 55, Bailey Lindemuth.
First pitch, Lindenmuth takes inside for ball one. 1-0. Lindenmuth, a freshman. The Texas Tech's incoming team for this year, there were only 3 players who remain from last year's roster. As Mack finds the outside corner, strike one. And other than that, they had the number 1 transfer class in college softball, of course, because of Nigel Kennedy, and the number 2 freshman class, according to extra inning softball. Bloop into right field, coming in. Asher Maloney makes a dive and makes the catch. The defense continues to sparkle on both sides. This time Maloney, the redshirt junior right fielder, laying out. And she hauls it in to keep Lindenmuth from reaching base ahead of the top of the order. 1-2-3 inning for Morgan here in the second. There's no score as we go to the third. Texas softball continues in a moment.
Steel GMC in Round Rock. Hi, I'm Steve David, General Manager. Great deals are all we do here at Steel GMC. Our deal is upfront, honest, and a real deal. Not some overhyped web price that when you get there, vanishes like a 30-point lead. Come see us and get a real deal at Steel. Exit 256 in Round Rock or see for yourself at steelgmcroundrock.com.
Shop us first or shop us last. Get a real deal from Steel.
We are professional grade.
Welcome to the world of WinStar, where the thrills are bigger than ever. Get lost in our 2-story luxury spa. Enjoy 36 holes of championship golf. Savor a world of dining experiences. Rest in one of our vast hotel towers and catch the biggest names in music and comedy at the spectacular Lucas Oil Live, all just 1 hour north of DFW. So come live in the wow at the world of WinStar.
Top of the third inning, Andrew Haynes at Devon Park in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The Texas Longhorns and the Texas Tech Red Raiders in Game 2 of the National Championship Series. After the Longhorns won yesterday 2-1, no score between these two in the first 2 innings here. The Longhorns, of course, coming into the season, were in a couple of polls projected as the number 1 team in the country. And they spent a lot of the season as the number 1 team. Texas Tech was an intriguing team with the addition of Kennedy as a transfer. And they were pretty good, but didn't really get much higher than 10th in the regular season in the national polls. And the Red Raiders coming all the way to the championship series from the number 12 national seed. Of course, part of that is the Red Raiders side of the bracket was all messed up in the regional and super regional rounds. And so they weren't able to, they didn't have to face any of the top teams on their side of the bracket. The top team that made it through on the side that had the number 1 team and had it gone chalk as Leanne Good stands in, takes a strike on the inside corner with a changeup. Had it gone chalk on the other side of the bracket, would have been 1, 4, 5, and 8 getting to the World Series. None of those teams made it. There's the 0-1 from Kennedy. Outside, ball 1. Of course, on the Longhorns side, the 2, 3, 6, and 7 teams, the ones that hosted Super Regionals, all made it to the World Series. So the Longhorns had the tougher path on their side of the bracket. Good chases up and away, and it's now 1-2. It looked like it was a rise ball up and away, and Leanne went after it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And leading off here in the third inning for Texas. 1-2 pitch. Another upstairs pitch. This time she lays off. And it's 2-2. Good follow by Katie Bennett, and then Ashton Maloney due up in the top of the third. 2-2. Swing and a foul tip held by Valdez, and Goods down on strikes for out number 1. Only the first strikeout for Kennedy. She struck out 7 yesterday. 1 down. And here's Katie Bennett. ESPN showing a famous Texas Tech graduate and supporter in the stands, and not in the stands actually, as Katie Bennett takes strike 1 on the outside corner in one of the unused radio booths on the press level. Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback, has been tweeting in support of the Texas Tech team here at the World Series. Bennett slaps the next pitch foul over in front of the third base dugout, and that's strike 2. 0-2 on Bennett with 1 out, no score. No one on base for Texas here in the third. Probably get a lot of shots of Patrick Mahomes here in the stadium on the ESPN broadcast. He doesn't overshadow the product on the field. 0-2 the count on Bennett. Kennedy to the plate. Off the outside, good take by the junior. 1-2 now. The Longhorns certainly making better contact, more contact against Kennedy at the start of this game than they did yesterday. 1-2. Fouled back by Bennett. It remains a ball and 2 strikes. Will that be able to convert into some runs? They have to string some hits together. Maybe see if Kennedy leaves a pitch up in the zone that they can hammer. Another 1-2. Off-speed pitch, grounded down to third, backhanded by the third baseman Lindemuth. Her throw to first is just in time. Lindemuth was playing in down the line. She scooped it up right on the line. Pointed fair by the plate umpire Chad Steers. It was questionable. And Lindemuth got Bennett by maybe a half step. Maloney now at the plate, second time, and she swings through the first pitch 0-1. Grounded out to the shortstop her first time. Haley Toney, who's again pulled over toward the third base line a couple of steps. 2 out, bases empty in the third, no score. 0-1. Line drive up the middle, past Kennedy and into center field. Maloney with her second hit against Kennedy in 2 days. And for Ashton, that ties her with the single season hits record for Texas, Janae Jefferson, back in 2022. Maloney now tied with Jefferson with 92 hits in the season. So Caden Henry at the plate. She singled up the middle her first time. First pitch showing bunt, takes a changeup low. 2 out. Maloney on first for Texas. Longhorns have had a base runner against Kennedy all 3 innings. Haven't been able to do anything with it yet. 1-0. Swinging a fly ball to left by Henry. Drifting back Elder in front of the warning track. She backpedals a step or 2 and makes the catch, and so Henry flies out to end the inning. So the Longhorns indeed are making some better contact, and hopefully that turns into more hits strung together, but at this point, no score. We go to the bottom of the third, top of the order due up for Texas Tech. No score between Texas and the Red Raiders. Longhorn softball continues in a moment.
The inaugural season of the Athletes Unlimited Softball League is coming to Dell Diamond in Round Rock this July 17th through the 20th. You won't want to miss seeing an exciting showdown between Texas alum and Volts GM Kat Osterman's team against the Bandits, featuring pro softball star and Texas alum Bella Dayton. Also, C-Star players Sis Bates, Skylar Wallace, and many more. Tickets are now available at theausl.com/Austin. AUSL. This is legendary.
What's up, baseball fans? Enjoying the game should be easy. Don't overthink it. What to wear? Done. Just toss on your lucky jersey. Don't know what to serve your friends?
Easy. Pick up some burgers for the grill and grab some Bud Light for your pregame tailgate. See? It's that easy. Just like Bud Light, which is always brewed with 4 simple ingredients for a clean, crisp taste. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
And the Longhorns, after Mac Morgan goes one time through the order, escaping a jam in the first inning with the bases loaded, 1 out. And then a 1-2-3 second to make a pitching change. Cam Selman, the freshman, makes her Women's College Series debut. Selman, 5 feet 8 inches tall, from Beaumont, California. One of the top recruits in the 2024 high school class, number 4 in the nation according to Extra Inning Softball. 2-time All-State pick in California. And Selman, indeed, making her first appearance in a World Series game, after the Longhorns have used mainly the right arm of Tegan Cavan so far. Salmon to face the top of the order, Maya Davis to lead things off. And then Haley Toney and Lauren Allred. Cam making her 22nd appearance of the season, 14th time out of the bullpen, 7-1 with a 2.37 ERA. 59 innings, 48 hits. She's walked 19, struck out 65. Salmon did not pitch when these two teams went at it early in the season in Austin. She's pitched twice in the postseason so far. First pitch to Davis, taken high for ball 1. Salmon with a screwball, rise ball, a changeup. Working on a drop ball early in the season. Mid to high 60s with a velocity of the harder stuff. 1-0 the count on Davis. Left side of the infield in. Salmon misses off the outside, 2-0. Davis opened the first inning with a low line drive that carried all the way out to Caden Henry, who caught it just above the grass on her knees in left center field, medium-ish, maybe medium shallow. Salmon with the 2-0. Fouled by Davis, and it's 2-1. Davis hitting .381, 10 doubles, 6 triples, and 5 homers. He's only walked 10 times against 23 strikeouts. Salmon didn't get a lot of use through the start of the SEC season this year. 2-1. Rolled down the third baseline, foul, and it's 2-2. And then came in and pitched very well in the third game of the series at Oklahoma. Did end up taking the loss after the Longhorns tied the game while she was in the game, and she allowed a sacrifice fly to give Oklahoma the lead. And she pitched well against Kentucky. Had a bit of a rough time against Texas A&M in the SEC tournament semifinals. 5 runs, but none of them earned because of an error. 2-2 pitch. Davis ropes it through the middle into center field, a base hit. Texas Tech has their leadoff batter on base for the first time. Davis very fast, 26 steals and 31 tries this season. And she's on first base as Haley Toney prepares to hit.
Now batting shortstop, number 32.
Toney in the first inning got a hit against Mac Morgan on weak contact of the first base line. Just was able to beat the throw. First pitch to Toney over the inner half for a called strike 1. Toney hitting .323, 14 doubles, 7 home runs. 33 batted in. No score in the bottom of the third between Texas and Texas Tech. Game 2 of this best-of-3 championship series, 0-1. Change-up in there at the top of the zone, freezing Toney for strike 2. Oh, and 2 the count on Toney. Davis on first, no one out. Salmon winds and deals. Up and away this time. 1-2 now. Davis yesterday had 2 hits and a walk. She reached base all 3 times against Tegan Cavan. Never tried to steal a base. 2 strikes. The pitch Line softly to third, and snow cone by Mia Scott lunging to her right. Wow. Scott again coming up big for the Longhorns. Soft line drive would have ended up foul if Mia didn't get to it. Just got it in the edge of the glove. And that's a big out number one here in the third. Hopefully settling the nerves of Cam Salmon. Lauren Allred now the hitter. First pitch grounded toward second. Katie Bennett backs up to get a good hop, and she'll throw to first for the easier out with the speedy Davis already quickly on her way to second base. So the Longhorns get out number two, but a runner in scoring position for the Red Raiders. Good job by Bennett making a quick decision. Not trying to do too much there. So a runner on second with two out, and Alana Johnson steps in. Right-handed batter walked on 4 pitches against Mack in the first inning. First pitch here. Taken high, ball 1. Mack ended up going 2 innings as Reese Atwood calls time to go talk with Salmon. And Jerry Glasgow, the Texas Tech head coach, comes over to game plan with Johnson. Mack Morgan, 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. And I'm sure she hopes that that is her final appearance of her career. Unless the Longhorns bring her back in to close it out in this one. And if the team doesn't play tomorrow, and if they take a lead here and they use other pitchers to close it out, that could be it for the career of Mack Morgan. Want to know the count? Johnson back in the box, slightly open stance. Salmon's pitch. Line to third, and Mia Scott there once again, more calmly this time, leaning down to her glove side and snaring it above the dirt. Couple of line drives to third after a single up the middle, as well as a ground out to second. And the Longhorns strand a runner for Texas Tech in scoring position. No score going to the 4th inning. Texas softball continues in a moment.
Earl Campbell here for my good friends at Austin Shoe Hospital. Austin Shoe Hospital has been repairing my favorite boots and shoes for over 30 years. They are the best Western boot repair company in Texas and can repair any boot brand or style. Visit the master cobblers at Austin Shoe Hospital, and they will bring all your shoes, boots, and bags back to life. If you can wear it, they can repair it. Oh, yes. And hook 'em horns.
Visit AustinShoeHospital.com.
Since 1909, the Coverts have grown with Texas, driving progress, earning trust, and serving our communities. 116 years later, my family's proud to continue this legacy at Covert Chevrolet in Bastrop, delivering exceptional service and continuing a reputation of excellence. Covert Chevrolet in Bastrop. Come see us or shop our low rates and special offers online at covertbastrop.com. Trade-in values are up, so now's the time to trade in and trade up. Covert Chevrolet, Highway 71 in Bastrop. Together, let's drive.
No runs, 3 hits, no errors for both Texas and Texas Tech through 3 innings. 3-4-5 due up for the Longhorns against Nigeri Kennedy. Getting their second looks against her today. And after going through the lineup about 3 times yesterday through this part of the order, they've had a lot of pitches against Kennedy, a lot of at-bats against her in the last couple of days. With a pitcher like this, that's what you need. You need to keep getting experience, keep seeing her, getting more of an idea of how her ball moves, how she pitches. And the Longhorns were able to scratch across a couple on that misthrown intentional walk yesterday. Be sure that Kennedy won't make a mistake like that today. So Mia Scott to lead off in the first inning. She looped a single into right field. That was with 2 out and the base is empty after Caden Henry had reached on a single but was then thrown out. A senior out of Angleton, Texas. First-time All-American this year. Swings and lifts the first pitch back out of play off the end of the bat over the left side. No balls and 1 strike on Scott. He has played an excellent third base this entire World Series and the vast majority of the season this year. Here's the 0-1. She takes outside 1-1. Mia's one of those who you can look back through her career, and at the start of her career, she was a little iffy at third base. But she's really worked into becoming a very good fielder. 1-1. Swing and a fly ball down the left field line, foul territory. Hustling over the left fielder, Demi Elder, and it's out of play. And the count now 1-2 strikes. And I hope I didn't see what I might have seen. Way off in the distance. Doesn't look like the NCAA is saying anything if it did happen, at least yet, as the 1-2. There's another spoiled foul by Scott over the left side, this time over the dugout. There might have been a strike of lightning way off in the distance. Hopefully it's out of the immediate area, although it was close enough to see if that was what it was. If they determine it was too close to hear, that they have to pull the teams off the field for at least 30 minutes. 1-2 upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Scott. Mia entered the game today, .436 average, 18 doubles, 2 triples, and 8 homers. Career doubles and runs scored record holder at Texas. 2-2 on Scott, leading off here in the 4th. Kennedy to the plate. High for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Reese Atwood on deck for the Longhorns. Kennedy deals. Spoiled foul over the left side in the air. And it remains 3 balls, 2 strikes on Mia Scott. Kennedy nearing 50 pitches in this game. Another payoff pitch. And another lifted down the left field line, spinning back out of play. That was pitch number 8 of this battle. Mia yesterday had the infield blue pit that put Caden Henry on third base after Henry's 2-out single in the 6th and stolen base. Mia reached, stole second to set up that Reese Atwood 2-run single. Another 3-2. Low and away, ball 4, and the Longhorns have their leadoff batter on base for the first time against Kennedy. Indeed. This time around, the Longhorns certainly feel like they're seeing Kennedy better as Reese Atwood stands in. She grounded back to Kennedy to end the first inning. First pitch here pops it up. That will spin back out of play just across the third base dugout and into one of the Texas Tech sections behind the dugout. The official Texas Tech family section is right next to it. There is a little bit of burnt orange in the section where that one landed. 0-1 the count on Atwood, the wide stance for the 6-foot-tall junior. Fouled back, and it's 0-2. She had one like that in the first inning that she just missed. Put a good swing on, just fouled straight back. And the count 0-2 on Atwood. Jolie Mitchell on deck for Texas. Runner on first with no one out in the top of the 4th inning, no score. Atwood stands back in. Kennedy, 0-2. High drive, left field, in the air, down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is a foul ball. Oh, so close. Man, Vic Hunter did that yesterday in the 5th inning before the Longhorns were able to take the lead in the 6th. And here Atwood just misses a moonshot home run. She's still behind 0-2. Kennedy again to the plate. And a swing and a miss. Atwood down on strikes. Well, unfortunately, you get maybe one pitch to hit and really crush against Kennedy. And if you don't get it, then it's a good bet that she's going to throw something out of the zone and get you to chase. Now Jolie Mitchell with Scott on first, 1 out. First pitch off speed, and Mitchell out in front lines it foul down the third base line. No balls, 1 strike. Longhorns, by the way, in all burnt orange today. From head to toe, the visors, jersey tops, belts, pants, socks, and shoes. Tops have Texas across the front, the bold word mark, and number on the front, lower left, number on the back, name on the back, all in white. 0-1 count on Mitchell. Strike 2 over the inner half. She tilts her head in disagreement. Texas Tech's jerseys are white. White tops, pants, belts. They have red socks and white shoes. 0-2 pitch. Fouled back by Mitchell. And it remains no balls and 2 strikes. Texas Tech across the front for the Red Raiders. In red outlined in black, as is the number on the front lower left. And the number on the back, as well as the name on the back for their jerseys. 0-2 again. Swing and a miss. And there are 2 down here in the 4th. So after that leadoff walk to Scott, Kennedy has buckled down and struck out the next 2 hitters for the Longhorns. 2 biggest power threats, at least here recently. Katie Stewart, a big power threat too. She walked in a full count in the 2nd with 1 out. 2 out here, runner on first pitch. Fouled back by Stewart. And the count 0-1. See down the right field line, Citlali Gutierrez walking around. Out past the gate that leads to the bullpen. Mac Morgan sitting down there. Last we saw of Tegan Kavan, she was in the dugout. Cam Salmon, the pitcher in the game right now for Texas, as the offense is trying to get something going. 0-1 the count on Stewart. Soft fly ball into left center field, chasing it Tony. It's just over her glove. Scott goes around to third base as it's picked up by Elder, and Stewart with a blue pit puts runners on the corners with 2 out. 4th hit of the game for Texas. Matches what they did against Kennedy yesterday. Down toward the end of the bat. And Tony got a good bit into the outfield chasing that one. Couldn't make the grab with 2 out. Mia Scott able to hustle all the way around to third. And now Vic Hunter. Hunter grounded slowly into a double play to end the 2nd. Yesterday hit a home run distance foul ball against Kennedy. Here's the right-hander's pitch. Taken at the knees, strike 1. We'll see if they maybe send Katie Stewart. Only 2 of 7 on stolen bases this year, but maybe they can get her in a rundown. Or maybe Texas Tech won't pay attention to her. 0-1. Grounded up the middle. Nope. Picked up by the shortstop. Tony throws to first. And it's in time to end the inning. So the Longhorns threaten getting their first runner to third base of the game. It looked like that might be promising, as Hunter hit it a little harder than last time, but Tony's still up to the challenge, able to scoop it up and throw out Hunter. No score going to the bottom of the 4th. Texas softball continues in a moment.
The weather is certainly warming up now. We're going to get to pretty hot temperatures before too much more time passes. So why not take a break from the heat? Take along your family members or friends and visit Inner Space Caverns. If you haven't been to Inner Space Caverns, you need to check out the super exciting Saber-Tooth Zip Ride or Pan for Gemstones. Inner Space Caverns is located right off I-35 in Georgetown at exit 259, and they also feature newly remodeled gift shop and bathrooms. Check them out online, innerspacecavern.com. for more details. That's innerspacecavern.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Groundworks comes in. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics, licensed in all states where work is performed.
Both teams have threatened, and neither has broken through. Cam Salmon, after pitching in the 3rd inning, allowing a leadoff sharp single, getting a couple of lineouts to third, sandwiched around a ground out. They'll face the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Langeliers, Kennedy, and Elder. Trying to keep this one scoreless. Once again, a win for Texas, and they celebrate. First national title in program history, a loss. It will mean that we get to come back tomorrow and play the winner-take-all Game 3, if necessary. Alexa Langeliers in the first inning with the bases loaded and 1 out. Grounded down to first base. Jolie Mitchell threw to the plate for the force before Nigel Kennedy grounded out. So Langeliers standing in here, 0 for 1. Seeing her second baseman hitting .311, 6 doubles and 8 homers. First pitch popped up right side. Katie Bennett in the vicinity. Calls, catches. Out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Salmon here in the fourth. Langeliers retired. And now Kennedy. She grounded to shortstop with the bases loaded, 2 out to end the first inning, so she's 0 for 1. Home run leader for the Red Raiders with 11 in the regular season. Well, the whole season up to this point. .288 batting average. Salmon's first pitch. Ball taken high by Kennedy. Ball 1. Cam again making her first appearance in the Women's College World Series. This is Game 5 for Texas. Tegan Gavon has pitched 3 of them. That was the 1-0. It's low for ball 2. Gavon complete games against Florida a week ago today to open the World Series, and then against Oklahoma. First time the Longhorns ever beat the Sooners at the Women's College World Series last Saturday. 2-0 pitch. Strike 1 on the black inside. And then Monday, Mac Morgan got the start. 4 shutout innings against Tennessee. Gave way to Kavon, who finished it off. And Kavon a complete game yesterday. Salmon's 2-1. Changeup lifted to right field. Drifting over back into the grass, Bennett, and she makes the grab. Good pitch by Salmon, getting some weak contact in the air from Kennedy. Her opposite number. 2 outs, both recorded by the Longhorns second baseman, Katie Bennett. And here's Demi Elder. Elder a ground out to short her first time, opening up the second inning. Here in the bottom of the fourth, no score, 2 out, bases empty for Texas Tech. Salmon's first pitch changeup is in the dirt. On Elder, who hit .329, 5 doubles, 4 home runs. League City, Texas native, 5 feet 5 inches tall. Second team All Big 12 this season. 1-0. Chops toward Bennett, who waits back on a good hop. That took a little bit of a sideways turn on her, but not too bad. And Bennett makes the play. The second baseman integral in this bottom of the fourth inning. 2 pop-up catches and the assist on out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Salmon. And we go to the 5th. Still no score. Texas against Texas Tech. Longhorn softball continues in a moment.
Fly to Philly, take off to Tampa, depart for Denver. Following your team on the road is more rewarding with the American Airlines Advantage program. Your flights and everyday spend not only earn you miles toward your next trip, but also loyalty points toward Advantage status. All the more reason to purchase both a home and away jersey. With status comes great benefits like priority boarding, free check bags, and complimentary upgrades. Not a member? Enroll for free today at AA.com. American Airlines, you are why we fly. Terms and conditions apply.
Shop simple. It doesn't get any easier. You're looking for a new Ford. You don't have time to spend hours at the dealership. So Riata Ford in Manor has made it simple. Pick yours at RiataFord.com. We can bring it to you for a home test drive. Once you determine it's perfect, you can arrange financing, value your trade, and sign all your paperwork digitally. Then simply tell us where and when you want to take delivery. Leif Johnson's Riata Ford in Manor has made
for the Red Raiders after the Longhorns won yesterday. The Longhorns hope that they do not have to play an elimination game themselves tomorrow, as a win for Texas would claim the national championship. A loss means tomorrow is winner take all. Longhorns have been able to put a number of base runners on against Nigeria Kennedy. Haven't quite been able to get that clutch hit to drive one in. Leanne Good, Katie Bennett, Ashton Maloney due up here in the 5th inning to try to change that narrative. Good struck out, opening up the 3rd. Right-handed batting junior from San Antonio. 5 feet 7 inches tall. Having a good bounce-back season this year. Best season so far was 2 years ago. As a freshman, hit .325, 16 doubles, and 8 homers. Also stole 10 bases. His second team all Big 12 and all region. Last year dealt with some injuries, hit .244 and 78 at-bats. She stands in here, first pitch from Kennedy. Swinging a fly ball left center field. Hustling in, the left fielder, Elder, makes the catch and then goes into a bit of a dive to get the crowd going. And that's out number 1. So Good able to make contact. Just a little too high in the air as it held up for Elder for out number 1. So now Katie Bennett. Bennett grounded out to third base her first time. Corners in. Middle infield toward the lines and in. Bennett first pitch. Swings and lifts it over the left side, out of play. No balls and a strike on the junior. Transferred in from Abilene Christian, where she spent last year, was at Texas A&M Commerce as a freshman 2 years ago. Big step up in the level of play this year as she takes the next pitch on the outside corner, strike 2. When she transferred in, the Longhorns were expecting to have Vivi Martinez as their shortstop. Losing the junior back in the fall with an injury. As Bennett strikes out on the next pitch, out number 2, has forced Bennett to step up and get a lot of playing time at second base. A little bit in the left field as well. But Bennett back to the plate, back to the dugout, and there are 2 down here in the 5th for Ashton Maloney. No score. Base is empty. Maloney lifts it to center. Davis coming in, makes the catch as that one carried out to Davis. So Maloney put a good swing on it, but again, it's in the air a little too far, and the Longhorns go quietly here in the 5th inning. A total of 5 pitches for Nigeria Kennedy. No score going to the bottom of the 5th. Texas softball continues in a moment.
Steel GMC in Round Rock. Hi, I'm Steve David, General Manager. Great deals are all we do here at Steel GMC. Our deal is upfront, honest, and a real deal. Not some overhyped web price that when you get there, vanishes like a 30-point lead. Come see us and get a real deal at Steel. Exit 256 in Round Rock, or see for yourself at SteelGMCRoundRock.com.
Shoppers first or shoppers last. Get a real deal from Steel.
We are professional grade.
What's up, baseball fans? Enjoying the game should be easy. Don't overthink it. What to wear? Done. Just toss on your lucky jersey. Don't know what to serve your friends? Easy. Pick up some burgers for the grill and grab some Bud Light for your pregame tailgate. See? It's that easy. Just like Bud Light, which is always brewed with 4 simple ingredients for a clean, crisp taste. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis.
Out and a strikeout. Kennedy again to the plate. Up and away, ball 1. The 8th pitch of the at-bat, ball 1. One and 2 now. The right-hander deals. Swinging a line drive to left. Back goes the left fielder. She'll make the catch. Tagging Hunter. She goes to the plate. Good stays put. But it now a 1-run ball game on the sac fly by Sinis. Looked like it in the air might have a chance to carry over Elder's head, but she got back on it. That's out number 1. The throw came into third base. Leanne stayed put on second. Now Ashton Maloney, 4-3 game. Infield in. First pitch chopped down to third. Up with it, the third baseman Lindemuth on to first in time, and there are 2 down. Leanne goes to third as the potential tying run. 5-3 put out. 2 out, Caden Henry. Singled in the first inning, has flied to left twice since then. Tying run on third for Texas in the top of the 7th inning. Corners in. First pitch to Henry. A strike on the outside corner at the knees. 4-3, Texas Tech in the lead. They scored 2 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th. Longhorns got 1 in the 6th and so far have 2 in the 7th inning. Kennedy, 0-1. Strike 2. Same spot. And it's 0-2 on Henry. 5'5" sophomore. 0-2 pitch. And that's the ball game. Swing and a miss. And the Longhorns unable to complete the comeback and win the national championship tonight. Two runs in the 7th for Texas. Just not quite enough after the pitching and defense fell apart in the 5th and the 6th. And there will be one more game for all the marbles tomorrow night. Again at 7 o'clock. Longhorns dropping this one, fall to 55-12 on the season. Texas Tech improves to 54-13. We'll be back with the post-game show. Texas softball continues in a moment.
KHFI HD3, Austin, Texas.
The weather is certainly warming up now. We're going to get to pretty hot